welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna talk about the Pirastro KorfkerRest. So I have been recently contacted by inventor of this KorfkerRest, Mr. Bernd Korfker, and he's a great violinist, and he obviously invented this rest, and we have exchanged quite a few emails, and he pretty much assured me that there has been a slightly changes made to the texture of the wood, which doesn't require the hardening of the shoulder rest anymore. So as my original video, talk about the hardening process and what you're supposed to do with the shoulder rest, he pretty much assured me that if you buy a shoulder rest these days, you don't have to harden it anymore, which just makes it a little bit easier. So he was kind enough to send me another KorfkerRest, to try. And the only place that I know right now in the US that sells this shoulder rest is the Charm Music. And there might be some other places or some small private, stores, music stores that might have it as well. But I know the Charm Music will have it on and off the stack, so you have to keep checking, and they are quite expensive. Just for the record, right now it costs about $180. So it is a very pricey item, but if you try it, you're probably gonna fall in love with the shoulder rest. So I'm just gonna walk you through, guys, and just show you how it looks and when you receive and what it's gonna comes, in the box. So this is pretty much the box, as you can see in front of you, and here's all the details on the box. It's a great package, really. So let me open up from this side for you guys. So when you open this up, you're gonna just slide right here, and the shoulder rest it's packaged very beautifully and standing right here, and it says use only after reading the manual. So yeah, I would strongly recommend to read the manual first before you do anything with this, because it is an adjustable shoulder rest, and it's made of wood, but yes, you can still adjust this. So as you can see, it's beautifully packaged. So I'm gonna take it out of the package and show you guys. It is extremely light, so it's made out of wood, and it's beautifully crafted, as you can see. Has a very it's like a rubber feet. They're quite small, and this probably would be my only complaint about this shoulder rest, and I'll tell you later more about this. But it is very well made. The feet are very well made, and they will protect the sides of your instruments, so you don't have to worry about scratching or anything. There's no metal whatsoever. This is all like a rubber material. And as you can see, there's lots of small screws in here as well as in here. It's just because you'll be able to, hope you can see it well, you'll be able to completely customize. Here's another one, you can see it very well right here. The angle of the feet, as well as the angle here of the shoulder rest. So, and I hope my camera will read this, but you can, it says Pirastro KorfkerRest right in here on the side. So, and it's extremely lightweight. I mean, it's just a few grams that you're gonna have in your hand. So, it's really, really nice. So what else is in the box? I'm just gonna show you guys very quickly. Let's see, when you open up right here, just gonna slide things off here, and you're gonna have a really nice pouch. It has the logo obviously here, and it's like you can definitely put your shoulders here inside. It's a little drawstring pouch. If you don't use for the shoulder rest, I personally don't use mine for the shoulder rest, but you might use for utilize to use for something else. So it's really nice. It's like a satiny kind of material. So, but I know some people like to actually keep it in a pouch, so it's very handy. It's very good to have, and it comes with the instructions, and there's a little package. So you have extra, let me just open this up. You will have extra pads. So in case you need to replace these, here's some extra ones that you can use. And there's also some extra things for your, you know, for your screws. It's a little padding and a little screwdriver. And yes, you're gonna use it. So now, some people are very much afraid to adjust because it's wood. But this particular shoulder rest, it's the wood that they're using, it's actually, I don't want to say soft, but yes, you can very easily adjust. And as you can probably see here on the picture, this shoulder rest came obviously already pre-bent and pre-adjusted, and that it should normally fit most of the people would probably find this comfortable. For me, this this little angle here was a little bit too much, so I'm just gonna show you I really did straighten it quite a bit. As you can see, it's not as deep. The angle is not as deep as the one on the picture. So, and like I said, if you read the instruction, you have to do it very carefully. Just put it between your fingers and you're just gonna try to straighten out, or curved if you need a more curve. But yes, it has its limit. I mean, it is a wood, so you may break it, so you have to be very, very careful with that. I don't know anyone who ever broke this before, so but just to let you know that this is still a wood, so it will have its limits. So you don't want to go too hard. And also, what I've noticed when I do adjust, you know, the curve of my shoulder rest, I had to adjust the angle of the feet. Otherwise, it was like sliding very easy of my instrument. So obviously, I had to use the screwdriver and just adjust the, you know, the angle of the feet, which is very easy because they are very, very, very adjustable, and you can just do it any way you want. So even if your instrument is slightly smaller, you can still, like for example, this feet will go a little bit more further in, so you can adjust to your instrument very easily. So yeah, so you will find this tool to be quite handy. So before, I would strongly suggest, guys, before you do any adjustment, make sure you read the manual, because they do explain very very easily and very clearly of how to, like for example here, they explain very easily and clearly how to adjust your shoulder rest. So I would really recommend. And here's all the yeah, all the little, you know, here's all the parts that you have, so you can really read about this. Here's different angles that you might do. And like I said, you do not need to harden the shoulder rest in the oven anymore. The wood has been slightly improved, so I'm sure if you decide to get this one, you're not gonna have any problems whatsoever. And it's even easier to use because you don't have to harden it anymore. So what else can I tell about this? Oh, the feet. The only issue that I have is actually the feet. I wish they were a little bit larger, because I am quite a strong player, and sometimes I like to, you know, kind of squeeze my violin a little bit harder, and I found that these feet are not holding as strong as I want them to. You know, like if you look at the Kun shoulder rest feet, they are a little bit larger, so they are grabbing the sides of the instrument a little bit better. So I have to be careful to be, you know, a little bit more sensitive with this, and not to press it so hard, because I'm afraid that it will just slide. Other than that, I love it. It's extremely comfortable on your shoulder. And it's a lightweight and resonate with your instrument, obviously, because it's made out of wood, and you don't feel like you have anything on. And I like the fact that it's very thin, so you know, it's very slim, and it's very very comfortable to use. So and just the fact that you can fully customize, you know, this shoulder rest is just wonderful, because, you know, everybody is different, and just to being able to you know, use it on different angles and play with this is a great thing. It is pricey. Like I said, it costs around $180 US right now. So maybe not everybody can afford, you know, to buy this shoulder rest right away. And, you know, especially if you're a student, but I would recommend, especially for those of you who have a long neck and are kind of struggling with, you know, some people would put like a higher chin rest on, or when you have your kun, sometimes you see violinists having a kun and they will just wrap something around just to make it a little bit more padding and higher. This will do the job, guys, because I have right now on the lowest possible settings. It doesn't go any lower, as you can see, because I do not have a long neck, so I actually keep it very low. But you can turn the shoulder rest quite high. So if you are someone who has a long neck and plays the violin, this is probably the best shoulder rest you're gonna ever have. And you cannot even compare with the Bone Musica, which I personally am not a fan of, because it's first of all, it's so heavy and has tons of metal in it. And yes, it is adjustable, but it's just, no, they have to go with that shoulder rest. This will go much higher than Bone Musica. If you consider, and I did check with one of my friend who has a Bone Musica, and we did compare. This shoulder rest, the feet, you can adjust to go much higher than on the Bone Musica. So, my friend obviously purchased this KorfkerRest after, you know, we kind of had a conversation and talk about this. So, yeah, especially if you are a long neck person, I would really recommend to buy it. So I'm just gonna put it quickly on my violin, and I'll show you guys how it looks like on. Okay guys, so here's my violin with the shoulder rest on, and just wanted to show you how it looks like. So here's from the back, and I'm gonna show you here from the angle. Alright, and as you can see, the feet are sitting very nicely. Like I said, I adjusted them to the right angle, so they are sitting very nicely here on the edge. And here's from the other side. Yeah, there's like no gap whatsoever, so they are made very, very nicely. It's just sometimes when I hold the violin too strong, you know, it will just slip. But you can really adjust any way you want. I like to keep it more high on that side and a little bit lower on the other side. So yeah, it sits very beautifully. Here's another shot from this side. So, and like I said, it's very slim and it's very comfortable, and it's incredibly lightweight, so you cannot even tell that you have something on your instrument. And it's the most important, it's very comfortable. So yeah guys, so I would strongly recommend, and like I said, especially for those who have a long neck and you're struggling with some kind of neck pain, and you know, just the fact that you have to bend your chin down to the violin, that's not a good idea. So you definitely need a higher shoulder rest, and I think that this one will do the job. So yeah, I would strongly recommend you guys go ahead and splurge and purchase the KorfkerRest, because it is a great shoulder rest. Alright, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.